What's up, everybody? Welcome to my review of the Trilogy Challenge Edition Deputy by Dynamic Discs. Big thank you to my friend Chris Caulfield for sponsoring this review. You can find his channel in the description below, Aloha Disc Golf. Go give him some love. He has been super generous to me on my channel in a number of different ways, including sending me a bunch of great plastic to test and review. So go check him out. I appreciate his support. Let's get into the review. So this is, as I said, from the Trilogy Challenge 2017. This is the putter, and it is the Deputy from Dynamic Discs. Let's take a look at it first of all. I love this bright color, the kind of star shatter hollow foil stamp. Quite nice, really nice bright orange color. I love this. It's a great color for a disc. You're going to see that under against most backgrounds. Pretty flat top disc, which has a good feel in the hand. It's prime plastic, which I like quite a bit. Has a very similar feel to the classic hard. Honestly, it's really quite similar to my hands, but I like the feel of the prime quite a bit. You can see it took a little bit of damage during testing, but nothing too crazy. Let's take a look at the rim profile on this guy. So you can see it's got a very nice, rounded, smooth profile. Here it is from the underside. And if it would focus, you could see that. This one, I believe, is max weight at 173 grams or so. But yeah, you can see it took a little bit of damage during testing, but any baseline disc is going to do that, especially this one that I threw mostly for short drives. There's another look at the rim profile. Very comfortable feeling disc in the hand. Let's put it up next to a couple other putters. First of all, we got the Warden. This is a little prime Warden. You can see quite similar there. The Deputy just a little bit more rounded. My camera is wigging out a little bit, but it'll settle in. There it is. So you can see quite similar. Hard to really describe the differences. Deputy is a little more rounded for sure. And then also a very similar disc in flight is the Magnet by Discraft. Let's start up next to that as well. So you can see the Magnet has that kind of more old school bevel to it. It's a little bit different. The Deputy feels really nice in the hand. Very smooth contour disc that I like the feel. The prime plastic is nice and grippy. It maintains a great grip in the wet weather. If you're out there for a rainy round, you're going to really like this prime plastic because it doesn't have to be totally dry for you to get a good feel on it. I actually carry a prime Trespass in my bag, mostly for dangerous shots that are over water or something like that, but on a wet day, out when it's rainy, it really helps get a firm grip on it and inspire confidence on the tee pad. Let's talk about the flight of the Deputy. So, I think it's a great disc for the Trilogy Challenge because it's a very neutral, beginner-friendly disc. This thing has almost no fade to it whatsoever. Inside the circle, just holds whatever line you put it on. You push it out straight right on the line, it's just going to go dead straight all the way to the chains. It really is not going to drop out and like fade on you whatsoever. I didn't putt with it too much just because putting is a very individual thing. I mostly threw it for approaches and short drives, but I did putt with it a little bit, and inside the circle, it just goes dead straight. If you want to see what this thing looks like in and around the basket, just watch any round by Paige Pierce since this disc was released, and you'll see her using them. They just fly super, super straight. No veering off the line that you put them on. So off the tee and on longer throws, it has quite a bit of understability to it, where if you throw it flat, it's going to go turn to the right for sure. But for me, if I hyzer flip it with almost no effort, it will stand up and kind of soft fade to the right and maybe finish back straight. It's not going to finish and like hook up and finish back to the left pretty much ever. I didn't see it do that. Maybe one throw out of all the test throws I see it come back and like finish, but it was the tiniest little bit. For the most part, it will go smooth right all the way. So if you're looking for a disc that out of the box will go dead straight, you can hyzer flip it up flat and have maybe a late turn that'll fade right at the end of the flight, or just something that you can throw with almost no effort whatsoever and have it go perfectly straight all the way. This is a great disc for that. In fact, if you put effort on it of any kind, even on a hyzer, it will start going right to some degree. It's not something that really wants to turn right hard though. Like, I actually kind of don't like it for a turnover shot because it's very soft to the right. And if you might have a little bit of trouble dialing it in, because if you try to throw it on anhyzer, it's probably going to turn too much. When you throw it flat, it's going to go soft right a little bit, unless you power up on it. I'm sure you could get it dialed in, but I actually would prefer a more neutral disc for that shot personally in my approach to the game. But I think this thing is ultimately best suited for putting and straight line approaching, or throwing maybe a downhill shot in the woods or something like that off the tee. Kind of like I would use like a broken in soft magnet for in my game. The Deputy would be a great choice for that. I look forward to seeing if this disc comes out in the Lucid plastic, because if it flies just as understable as this, straight off the shelf, in a Lucid plastic where it will stay that same way for a long period of time, could be a very effective disc in the woods for those kind of late turn shots, or shots where you want to throw it down on a hyzer, downhill, have it stand up and float perfectly straight with almost no fade. Also be a great beginner disc to just learn the basics of how to throw, and really great putter inside the circle if you like that straight flying disc that's just going to hold the line. That's my review on the Deputy. I have a special treat for this particular review. I actually have a couple of field shots with this disc from our friend Danny Lindahl. You'll also find his channel in the description below. He just took a couple of shots as a test run to see if it's something that's viable going forward for certain Trilogy discs that he may have one of, that he could test, throw a couple of shots out in the field and submit them for my reviews. This is by no means going to become something that happens on all reviews, but when he has time and we can work it out, hopefully I can provide that for you guys. So big thanks to Danny, big thanks to Chris Caulfield, thanks to you guys for watching. I'll check you all later. Cheers.